Hello, it is Monday and it is a new weekly reading vlog. I have not said that for a few weeks. I have had a really long day and I am so tired, and it's not even normal tiredness, it's jet lag. So obviously we flew back yesterday, like we landed yesterday morning. I had a 2-hour nap in the afternoon, which I shouldn't have done. And then I had a coffee because I was really struggling, which kicked in about midnight when I was planning on going to bed. And I didn't get to sleep till 3 AM. And I woke up at 8. But I've had a fairly productive day. So I filmed, I got up, had breakfast and everything. I put makeup on. I filmed my recommendations video for Teen Villains. I edited that. I also watched Thor Love and Thunder today because now it's on Disney Plus and my mum hasn't seen it yet, so yeah. And then I watched the final episode of WandaVision because I have obviously missed out on like 2 weeks worth of Rose Marvel watch along for her patrons. I do still need to catch up on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Me and my mum also desperately need to catch up on our Vampire Diaries watch along that obviously we're joining in on Chloe's Patreon, so we're going to tackle that. But yeah, so I also went on Tori's very first sprints today, which was very fun. I only popped on there for one sprint because I just needed to get to the sofa and stop reading. But I did manage to read my buddy read pages of Queen of Shadows, which we started today. I'm buddy reading this with Catherine, Siobhan and Ashley. And it made me cry in the first chapter. So that's the thing. I am supposed to be starting the soulmate equation today, which I'm buddy reading with Catherine. I need to read the first like 53 pages. I do have the audiobook. I'm very tired, so I'm going to try putting the audiobook on now, but I don't know if I'll get through it all. So if not, I'll finish those and read tomorrow's pages tomorrow. But I'm back to work tomorrow and I'm not looking forward to it because I've had 2 weeks of no work. And I've got to get back into it, and I don't have any more holiday booked now for the rest of the year because I started my new job too late in the year. So I've basically Florida used up my holiday allocation for the second half of the year. So it's going to be a long few months. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's my plan. For the evening, I'm going to take my makeup off, get into pyjamas and try and read Soulmate Equation. I feel like I should give you reading updates because in my Disney vlog that I've not even started editing, but there's like 4 hours of footage. I actually did get a fair amount of reading, but I didn't really talk about it in there. So I finished Barbarian Lover, which I'd started reading in the last like normal weekly vlog before I went. That was a 5-star. That was amazing. I reread Under One Roof by Ali Hazelwood. Obviously it was a 5-star again. I read The Dragon's Bride by Katie Roberts, which was a 4-star. I didn't think I would ever read monster romance, but then I never thought I would read alien romance either. And apparently they're both things I enjoy now. Dragon's Bride is not her best book though, obviously. Then I read Nemesis by Lisa Penn and Natasha Lux, I think. So it's the first book in the Heroes and Villains series, which is a series of it's essentially fanfic of the Marvel films. So the first book, Nemesis, follows Fallon and Lilith. Fallon is Sam, like Falcon. But there is like a twist on it and on their powers. But it also has Ari, who is basically Captain America. It is very, very smutty. But the plot is actually pretty good too. And I read that one and it was 4-star. Then I read the second book, which is Alter Ego, and that was a 4-star. That one follows essentially Captain America, Bucky and Peggy. That was so good. This one started developing a lot more on the plot of the series, which I really enjoyed. Then I did start reading The Love Hypothesis. I would have probably finished it on the plane home, but I was going to listen to the audiobook whilst reading along. But for some reason, the audiobook wasn't playing. I don't think it's downloaded properly, which I'm going to need to contact Audible about, because it was fine and then it needed to re-download because the new version has the additional chapter from Adam's point of view. So it was trying to re-download it and it's just not doing it, and it's not letting me cancel it. It's a whole thing. So if I'm not connected to Wi-Fi or don't have internet, which I don't when I'm on a plane, I can't listen to it. So I started reading it physically because I had the physical book with me. It was the only book I took with me to Florida, and that was the point where they decided to turn the lights off so people could sleep, so I couldn't even read that. So that was fun. So I'm hoping to finish that this week. And then I did also start Secret Sanctum, which is the 3rd book in the Heroes and Villains series, which follows Anthony, who is basically Stark. But I don't really know who Gwen is going to be yet, because Gwen is the other character that's been mentioned so far. I've only read like 12 pages. I didn't get that far into it. And then obviously today I started Queen of Shadows, and hopefully we'll be starting Soulmate Equation. So I've caught you all up on my reading. I'm quite proud of how much I did actually read in Florida, considering we didn't have much time really. And on 2 of the evenings, I actually watched a movie. Like, I watched half of it and then couldn't finish it. So then finished it the following evening or something. And that was Uncharted, because it's on Netflix now, which makes me happy. So, yeah. But anyway, long intro. It's probably going to be a bit of a week because I'm like recovering and got to get back into the routine of getting up and going to work. So, yeah, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Tuesday. I'm going to make this very quick because I am going to go to bed. I did not sleep great last night. Still suffering from jet lag. Almost fell asleep at my desk in work today, which was just great. So, just going to give you an update. I did just watch Bake Off. Very happy that's back in my life. But reading updates. So on my way to work this morning, I listened to my buddy read pages of Queen of Shadows. I am slowly starting to remember what happens in this book, because this book is a bit of a blur, even though it's not my least favourite book. Crown of Midnight is. So I'm starting to remember what actually happens in this one, which is good. I'm really loving that we're getting more of Manon, and we've just been introduced to a lead. So I'm very happy. So yeah, read more of that. We're now about 100-ish pages in, 120. So there's that. And then I read my buddy read pages for the Soulmate Equation. So we are 116 pages in. I'm starting to get into it now. However, it's taken me a lot longer to get into this Christina Lauren book than it did with the Unhoneymooners. The Unhoneymooners, I was like hooked instantly. This one is taking me a while, but I feel like it's actually getting into it now. So hoping, I mean, I kind of know what's going to happen. It's a romance, it's predictable, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it gets to that point. So I don't think this is going to be I think Unhoneymooners was 4-star. I think this might be a 3 or a low 4-star, but we'll see. It might surprise me, but yes, I am enjoying it, which is good. And then on the train home from work, I read more of Secret Sanctum. I read like an extra 10%, I think. And the thing with these books is they've taken the Marvel characters and they've changed their names slightly, because obviously copyright. And so we have, in the first book, we have Fallon, who is Falcon. In the second book, we have Ari, who is Captain America. Piper, who is Peggy, and Bryce, who is Bucky. In this one, we have Anthony Stern, who is obviously Tony Stark. And that they're the main characters of the book. Hawkeye's characters just come into it. You know, Clint Barton. His name's Cliff Barlow. And I was like, try not to laugh out loud on the train at that. But then his superhero name is Eagle Eye. And I like almost lost it. I'm just like, I had to screenshot it to live and everything because I just had to get it out of my system that I was laughing about it. But I am enjoying it. It's already about to get smutty, which we love to see. I want to read more of it, but I am so tired, so I don't think it's going to happen. I'm really hoping I sleep tonight, but we'll see. I really don't want another day tomorrow of me like falling asleep at my desk. So yeah, work was quiet today, which usually first day back from a holiday I'd kind of appreciate it, but I actually wanted it to be a bit busier because having nothing to do meant I was like almost falling asleep. If I'd had stuff to do, that wouldn't have happened, because there's a report we do at like 3:30, and as soon as I started doing that, I perked up, finished doing it, had nothing to do, started getting sleepy again. So yeah, but anyway, I'm going to try and get some sleep. If I can't sleep, I'll probably read more of Secret Sanctum. I have 4 books on the go at the moment because I also have Love Hypothesis on the go. But that one I'm sort of like, I'm like leaving because I've rushed through it every time I've read it, and I'm kind of going to take it on a slow go now. Even though I know everything that happens in it. But anyway, I will catch up with you tomorrow where hopefully I'll be able to give you the good news that I slept well. Keep fingers crossed for me because I really hope so. Hello, it is Thursday. I didn't catch up with you yesterday. I don't really have an excuse other than I got into bed and then realised I hadn't spoken to you, and by that point I was in bed. I wasn't putting my light back on for nothing. So the only updates I had yesterday were that I had done my buddy read pages for these 2 and that I'd read a bit more of Secret Sanctum. Today I have read my buddy read pages for Soulmate Equation. We are now like fully this much through and I'm actually really enjoying it. Still not on the same level as Unhoneymooners, but I am really enjoying it. And then we're this far into Queen of Shadows now, and the thing I've been waiting for happened, and I'm a happy Becca now. I cannot wait to read tomorrow's pages. This is the book I read of a morning on my journey to work. I can't remember if I said that. And I'm just so excited for tomorrow morning's journey so I can listen to this. So I did that, and then I did finish Secret Sanctum. Now this one got a 3-star, and I have a few reasons why. So first up, I realised the reason I might not be enjoying the smut as much as I have with the other books is because the main character is based off of Tony Stark. And whilst I love Robert Downey Jr. and I can appreciate that he is an attractive man, however, I'm not attracted to him, especially not in the way I'm attracted to like the ones who play Falcon, Bucky, Cap, and so on. So it just wasn't, I wasn't loving the smut as much because I'm picturing the people who play Marvel characters, which is weird. It's fine. I've read fanfic before. I've read a lot of Steve and Bucky fanfic, so you know. So yeah. But however, also, I feel like this does this does like focus a lot on the plot of the series, which is great. We're getting a bit of plot with our porn. However, that's not why I'm reading this series. I'm not reading this series for plot. But the plot is thickening and it is getting good. There was also a reveal in this one, which I should have seen come in, but I didn't. And now I'm like, I love this. So, you know, I didn't hate this. I did really enjoy this. But yeah, it didn't hit like the others did. I wasn't enjoying it as much. And I just wasn't as gripped by it. I also feel like the romance just went too quickly. Like, now this is a bit spoilery, but I'm going to do the thing with the hand. When I put the hand down, there's no spoilers, but this isn't major spoilers, but it kind of is. So yeah, when the hand goes down, I'm not talking spoilers. They were literally like, they had a one night stand that turned into more, but like they were fully like in love after like 3 days. They don't actually know each other. They've not had a chance to get to know each other. They know that, like, he knows who she is. She knows that he is the Steel Soldier. And, like, they know each other's bodies. But that is about it. Like, they don't actually know each other personally. And they're suddenly in love. And I'm like, I could understand it being, like, insta-lust. Because in a lot of cases, you don't have to know someone to, like, lust after them. I know it's not that way for everyone. But, like, for me it is. But yeah, I just wasn't feeling like it was, the logic was lower on this one, because it just didn't seem logical that they were like in love after like 2 to 3 days. It was like, no. So yeah, they were my reasons. So yeah, logic was low. But yeah, still a 3-star, still enjoyed it. The next book in the series is Magician, which is the Loki one, which that is the reason I'm reading this entire series. So Loki's character, who is Lucas, came into it at the end of book 2, and he's been in book 3 a little bit, but not a lot. He's more like mentioned than actually in it. Like, he was in this one, but not a lot. But the next book is about him. So I'm really excited for this. I don't know who the character with him is going to be yet. I don't know if it will be like a newly introduced character, or if it's going to be a like inspired by Marvel character. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited for that one. I still haven't read any more of Love Hypothesis. I'm having issues with the audiobook, which Audible are not being helpful with at all. They gave me the whole, like, try refreshing your library. Try signing out of the app and signing in again. It's like, you don't think I've already done all that? I did it all again. Still not working. And then they're like, if these options don't work, please try contacting us on a live chat or phoning us. I'm not phoning you. Like, I don't do phone calls unless I absolutely have to. And the live chat isn't working apparently, so I'm really annoyed, because I really want to listen to the audiobook of Love Hypothesis, but it's not downloading. So yeah, but anyway, I watched She-Hulk today. For some reason I thought there was only 6 episodes in this season. There's not. There's going to be 9. So I thought the season finale, and like a certain character who I know is going to be in this series wasn't in it, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And then I looked it up and there's actually 9 episodes, so the world has been righted. Last night I watched the first 3 episodes of Andor. I'm so happy to have Diego Luna back in my life. So yeah, I am now going to try and go to bed. It's like, I don't even know what time it is. It's before 10, I think. I hope. I'm going to try and get an early night once again. It's probably going to not work, but we'll see. I have deliberately left my iPad downstairs to try and deter me from going on my colouring app. But that does not, however, mean I won't go on the games on my phone. Why am I like this? Anyway, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday. We're going to not address this. I'm going to explain. I have some things to show you that have come. But first, I didn't vlog yesterday. If you've seen my Twitter, you'll know I was up the hospital for like 12 hours. So basically, I don't want people to worry, but I feel like I didn't have the energy to type it up. So I'm just going to say it in my vlog. I've told the people that I talk to on a regular basis, plus I had a massive rant whilst waiting at the hospital on Rose Discord. So basically, obviously we had a long haul flight on Sunday, and then my leg started hurting on Wednesday, and obviously I am aware of DVT because I'm overweight, I take the pill, I'm more susceptible to blood clots. Anyway, I've just been fortunate enough up to this point to not have one. Your girl got a blood clot. I've been given medication, and I've got an appointment next week, like in a few days, at the clinic to sort the thing out. But yeah, that's basically it. I didn't sleep for over 24 hours because I woke up normal time Friday to go to work, 6 a.m. And like my leg had been hurting, and at first I hadn't thought of it because like my legs hurt quite a lot because, as you know, I have issues with my knees, so I didn't really think anything of it. But then like it dawned on me because it was still consistent pain, and it was in a different part of my leg, and I was like, hang on a sec. I was like, I should get this checked out because it might be nothing, but if it's not, it's serious. And it's a good job I did, you know, trust my paranoia and go. So yeah, the NHS website said contact your GP for an emergency appointment. So I did, and the receptionist was like, oh, there's only telephone appointments, but there's none left for today. So it was like, okay, a telephone appointment's not going to work. She asked the reason. She was like, right, give 111 a call. Couldn't get through to 111, so I did their online thing, and it told me, go to your nearest walk-in centre ASAP. So I did. Went to my local walk-in centre, finished work. I went home and had dinner quickly because like my mum gets dinner ready for like when I get home from work. And honestly, I know I should have gone straight there, but I'm glad I didn't because I still wouldn't have got home until today. And I didn't eat anything while I was at the hospital because I guess who forgot her purse. So yeah. And it's not like I was admitted to a ward. I was sat in the waiting room. We'll get to that. So yeah, I went to the walk-in centre, and they was like, oh, we can't do any blood tests, so we're just going to give you this form and you've got to go to the urgent care department. They let me pick the hospital at least, so I went for the closer hospital. So I got to the hospital, and because they'd given me this form with a red card, it meant I skipped triage there and just went straight to the urgent care section without triage, which is great because that would have added extra time on. I got there. I got at the hospital at 9:30 p.m. At 11:30, I had my bloods done, which was an absolute nightmare. I would just like to say I didn't have a panic attack, but I did sob. Like I was full on sobbing. Because they couldn't get my blood. I don't know why. I was hydrated. I had been drinking water, which I know you're supposed to do because I've had this before. Last time I had to have bloods done. And they tried in this arm, tried my hand, and then they had to try that arm again, which was great because I asked them not to do my other hand because the hand hurts so much. Anyway. So yeah. And then that was at 11:30 p.m. Yeah, I got seen by a doctor and was out of there at 10 a.m. this morning. 10. And yeah, I went home, had some toast. I had to go to the post office and go to Lidl's because that was like the only chance I could get. So I had to do that. And then I had a 2-hour nap, or 2.5, 3 hours. Ate some Chinese and then couldn't get sleepy again. So on to the nice stuff. I finished Soulmate Equation. So I didn't read it yesterday for obvious reasons. I took it with me to the hospital, but there was no way I was focusing on that because my mind was just doing its thing. So this evening I caught up yesterday's pages and read today's pages, which means it's finished. And this got a 4 star. If we're being really, really technical, it was a 4.5 star. I ended up really enjoying this. And I think I've realised why I like Christina Lauren as like in the like romance genre as a bit of a like breath of fresh air for me and my reading taste, because whilst there is smut, I would not call this smut. I would call it maybe a bit of spice. It's not graphic spice, basically, but it's more than just a bit steamy. It's high steam, low spice. That's the only way I can think to describe it. But I really liked this. The male love interest peed me off a bit, but then when don't they? Because it's always them. And yeah, I really liked the two main characters eventually. It did take a while for me to get into it, and I didn't actually see it coming what the conflict between them was going to be, because, you know, you always get to like this part of the book and they're all happy and it's like, but there's still this much left, what's going to happen? Like that TikTok, if you've seen it, like, you'll know what I mean. And I was like, I have no idea what's going to be the conflict here. And I was really interested by the conflict. I thought it was really cleverly done. And I really enjoyed it. So I wasn't sure if I would like this, because obviously I've made it very clear I don't want kids. So I tend to stay away from things where the main character has kids, because I've read things in the past that I've not enjoyed where the character has kids, because everything's about the kid. But the way this was done, because the main character has a child, the way this was done was actually so well done, and I really loved Juno, like the little girl. She was absolutely adorable. And yeah, so I was quite happy with how that was done. I was pleasantly surprised on how much I enjoyed that aspect, because I don't usually. So that's like, go Christine Lauren for writing it that way. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this, and I don't think Catherine's finished yet, but she's also been enjoying it, which is great, because I love it when we both enjoy our buddy reads. And then I realised I haven't read Queen of Shadows today. I read it yesterday, but I haven't read today's. And then I realised I haven't actually showed you a couple of the non-bookish parcels that came while I was in Florida, because obviously the bookish ones I'll show you in my haul, but I always show you the non-bookish ones. And I was reminded because more things came today. So while I was in Florida, Mr. Knight finally came, so I now have all of the main Funkos from Moon Knight. This one I was waiting for like 2 months, and it kept getting delayed. But the money finally come out whilst I was in Florida, and I was like, oh, yes. And then I got the shipping notification. I was like, yes. And then also Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So obviously I am collecting those because of Obi-Wan. So Darth Vader arrived. And then this is Smashley's fault, who now has a channel and has posted her first video. So I'm going to link that and like promote the crap out of it, because Smashley's amazing, and she go subscribe. She's amazing. So she told me about this notebook. It's an Eddie Munson notebook. It's like not Eddie Munson inside or anything. It's just like a plain notebook, but it's got Eddie Munson, and it's got 86 Baby and Hellfire Club and Corroded Coffin, which if you've seen Stranger Things series 4, you'll know Corroded Coffin was Eddie's band. And she told me about that, and I was like, oh, the screenshot she sent had the website. So of course, went onto the website and I bought that. And why is there still a sticker on this? I haven't worn the top yet. This week has been a week. That was a satisfying sound. I bought the Corroded Coffin tour top, which, this is a fictional band, has the tour dates on the back. And I'm obsessed. Ashley also has this. We bought the same things from there. So they came while I was away. And then today, it wasn't today. It was yesterday while I was at work, but I didn't register because going up the hospital. 2 more Funkos arrived from the Obi-Wan Kenobi, because I pre-ordered them all. So we have Tala, who I love her so much. And the man himself. And I'm literally in my head picturing the clip from Jonathan Ross. No, Graham Norton. It was Graham Norton. I might put a clip in here, but you might know what one it is.
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So, yeah, I am still waiting on, I think, 2. I've got Reva coming. And then I think I've got a slightly bigger one that's him on the, I can't remember the name. Did I also pre-order Cowlin? I don't know at this point. But yeah. And then today, I also went in B&M. So when I got home from the hospital, ate some toast. And then I had to go post office and Lidl's. But in between those, there is a B&M. So me and my mum went in B&M, partly because we wanted to make a start on getting the paint, because we're not going to be able to get, none of us drive. So we have to carry it home. So we thought we'll get it in stages. Plus we got samplers for the colour. We're just going with grey, but we're not sure what shade of grey yet. So we bought some samplers. But whilst in B&M, obviously, didn't just pick up that. I did pick up some, like a stocking filler present for each of my nephews, because Christmas is in less than 100 days, if you didn't know. And then I saw this and I didn't know how much it was. And I asked at the till and I was like, do you know what? It's £25, but I don't care. I have spent 12 hours at the hospital, not eaten, not slept. I deserve to treat myself. These are not Funkos, so they're coming out of the box. They're just figurines, but they light up, and it's Rey and Kylo. And do you know what? Screw it. I'm going to get them out now. And I'm going to edit out me struggling with the box. Okay, so they're so cute. We are going to forget about the fact I just spent about a minute trying to figure out why they wouldn't turn on. And then in the packaging noticed the batteries are there. So I can't turn them on and show you it, but I think do they make sounds as well, or do they just light up? They just light up. So their little lightsabers are going to light up and they're going to be so cute. And I have this idea because I've got quite a few Star Wars books now, which you're going to see some in my haul. I'm going to have a bit of a Star Wars shelf and have these in front of them, even though none of the Star Wars canon books I own have this timeline in. They're all from before this timeline, but it doesn't matter. It's still Star Wars. So these are going to go in front. But look, bobblehead. So yeah, they are my updates. This has been a really long update. It is Saturday, so I am going to I'm going to wrap this up now, because I am going to try and get some sleep, because 2.5 hours hasn't done it for me. And I am going to do sprints tomorrow because I need some sort of like normalcy. And I also need to like just chat and read and take my mind off things. And then I've got 6 sing-along tomorrow evening. So yeah, that's the plan. But I hope you enjoyed this really bad, chaotic vlog from the week after Disney. I'm going to be honest, I haven't even started editing my Disney vlog. I've put all of the files into Wondershare and saved the projects, and then have done nothing with them because I was still jet lagged and then I was at the hospital. So bear with me with that, but they will be coming. There will be an additional vlog. But I hope you did enjoy this vlog. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.